Hello everyone, and welcome to Coding with Belbet. I don't have a name for this particular thing I do just yet. Basically, I am designing a game, a choose-your-own-adventure game set in ancient Tang Dynasty China, which is a ton of fun. And basically, the goal here with these videos is to get enough coding up that you guys get a chance to see the situation that exists with Visual Code Studio, which is the coding program I'm using, and that exists with Choicescript, which is the coding software. Not software, coding engine, game engine, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that I am using. And I started this because I noticed there aren't a lot of video series that actually show you the coding as it's happening. Most of them focus on teaching you the basics of the coding, and then that's it. That's all they teach you. But in this case, I am going to be showing you the actual, legitimate everything that's going on in the coding. I need to adjust one thing real quick because I want you guys to be able to see my mouse. Okay, I've got that on, so you should be able to see it. If you can't see my mouse, then I don't know what to tell you, because settings are a bitch sometimes. But I'm going to show you a little breakdown of exactly how I set up Visual Code Studio real quick. And then I'm going to show you approximately what I do. So I did already do a 15-minute video for this, I think, but it didn't really go very long. And I'm hoping this time to go for about an hour. So in this case, over here we have all of the various files that are involved in the Choicescript engine, the base game, and how you create new game files and stuff. And it all goes in scenes and everything. And basically, this is where you would go from the various chapters. They're called scenes, but the various chapters and the various settings and all of that in the game. This is the main pane I used for the coding. This is where I change things and rearrange things and so on and so forth. And then this over here is the actual testing engine. It's basically just a simple browser in Visual Code Studio, and I have it set up so that when I'm gonna show you. So when you hit this open browser, it opens it up in a browser here, but I don't like going back and forth between two programs when I'm coding, so I just take and copy this URL right here. You guys can't actually see that shit. Okay. Okay, so I take the URL from the browser where it pops up, and then I come over here and I pop it right in there. Oh, no. Copy, and then over here stop. Here, and then I paste. And then when you hit enter and refresh, it'll show up with all of this. Now, I have my game set up so that when I am just creating it, I'm testing it, I have this alpha testing setup that I found on the Choicescript forums, the Choice of forums. And basically it's this code here, and it create alpha testing true, and then create destination and blah blah blah. And then if you're alpha testing, it shows this screen and gives you an option to enter labels, and then takes you to those labels. And then you gotta also set up a series of code for setting all the variables during the alpha testing, and that's how you test the variables and test everything to make them work properly. So that's what this is, and you'll see me using it liberally while I'm doing this, because of the very simple fact that you kind of have to, in order to make sure that everything, the branching and everything, is working correctly. Now, another thing I also have that I use pretty liberally, and you guys can't necessarily see this, but I use the Choicescript wiki, choicescriptdev.fandom.com. And that in and of itself tells you what what scripting works for what you want done. So like, for example, it teaches you what set is. It teaches you how the stat screen works, and how to set up things like this with opposed pairs and all of that. So I very, very, very much recommend going to the Choicescript wiki and learning how to code from that. Another thing I really recommend, opening up the code of any games you might have, that you might own, because quite honestly, you're going to be real lost if you don't use examples. And the best way to get examples is to do to look at other people's games, pretty much. So there's that. Today, I am going through and I am removing a bunch of code. I had originally, for a long while, I had wanted a way to kind of emulate the translation notes that I find in a lot of translated novels and stuff that gave me a lot of the inspiration for these games, the game that I'm making and other things. And so basically what I'm doing is I had originally, here, let me go all the way to the beginning. What I had originally done is set it up so that there were these text bubbles that would show up in here. Let me get you an example. Intro 1, and then you're seeing an example of how the alpha testing works now. So I have this image here. I made that in Canva. I very much recommend Canva for literally any of your graphic designing needs that you may have if you have no idea how to draw yourself. I can draw, I like to draw, my tablet is broken all to hell right now, so yeah. Also, if you see my neck do that weird thing, it's because I'm taking a drink and the camera doesn't know what to do with that. So basically you go through here and then the translation options, and then like it says here, I had this visual bubble thing here, and then I had the footnotes, and I've been doing some work recently on the footnotes system, and I think the footnotes are gonna work a lot better visually than the bubbles here. For the simple fact of the bubbles are I mean, look at it. Look, watch. Boom. It's distracting and it moves the text and it's awful. Whereas if you go to the translation options and then go to the footnotes are there. And then if we come in here, we're gonna skip the genitals because this is YouTube and I don't want to deal with any of that. We're gonna just randomize it because we're testing at this point. Randomize. Yeah, that's right. Go away. Then various genders. And yeah, go for it. Okay. Oh, ran into a code breaking error. See, very first thing. Oh, okay. It's breaking on the prologue here. Why is it breaking on that? I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. So I don't know what to do with that. Fine. I will remove the there. Save. Why is it saying that? Label prologue not found. Oh. Okay. Go to scene, intro 2. I just want to... Oh. Okay, that's why. All right, so the way that this particular label works, not label, command works. Go to scene takes you to any scene in the code. Any scene. But you have to name the scene and then name the label in the scene. So since we're going to intro 2 here, we can pull up intro 2 over here and look at the codes and see here how it's prologue, but the problem is it's not prologue. We're not trying to go prologue. We're trying to go to intro 2. So it goes from over here to here and then plays this. So already we have fixed a major error that for some reason was not caught previously in my beta tests, which is weird. But we're just gonna save that. Oh, by the way, save religiously. Like, do not go liberal on the saving. Learn. Control S is save. Do it all the time, constantly, all the time, Okay. All right. Gotta fix. What the heck just happened there? Oh, that's what just happened there. 2 seconds. R. Okay, there we go. We've got a little bit. Wait. Over here, so I gotta... Okay. There we go. Had to fix my placements. All right, so over here, back over here, we have that and we fixed that. So we're gonna come back over here and we're gonna go, because we don't need all of that now. We're gonna go intro 2 or intro 1. Wait, what are we doing? Anyway, so we were coming over here to look at the coding of the footnotes section, because this is very much not working. We're gonna crap, I forgot what the thing is. So hold on, my VC face is being weird. Okay, that should fix that. Supposedly. Oh, I need to adjust the VC face. Ah! Okay, so it doesn't look like I'm not, like, here with you guys. Hold on. Let me... what is going on? Oh, duh, I'm doing it wrong. All right, try this again. No, wait, this one. Okay, here we go. Much better, much better. All right. So there we go. Basically, at this point, what I'm doing is I am putting in a line break, because if you remember, it looked real weird over here. But in this case, I'm going to remove the test bubble portion of the coding, because quite honestly, I don't want to make a whole crap ton of graphics and like I just don't want to do that, you know? So I'm not going to. What is happening, and why is my mouth sync not moving? I don't know what's happening right now with fucking VC face and all that. Or why oh shit. My camera fell down. 2 seconds. Okay. Okay. Let's try this again. Alright. Why does it keep... Oh, that's me looking over there. This is me looking over here. Okay. So, if you'll notice, I have all of this code for text bubbles and everything. And I've just decided it's not really working. So I am going to eliminate that code real quick. Because as fun as it is, it's just... ugh. Anyway, so let me show you the subroutine that I've been using. So subroutines are a built-in Choicescript function that lets you create basically little snippets of code that circle back and forth. They like cycle throughout the game. And in this case, since we're going to be using footnotes a lot throughout the game, I made this subroutine here to handle the footnotes. So, for example, we come over here to chapter 1, and I gotta find it. Here in the beginning, we have if footnotes set Momo footnote true. So basically what that means is that tells the computer to set the Momo footnote variable to true, meaning Momo footnote needs to be shown. And then if it's, this is the text bubble code I was talking about that I'm not going to be dealing with any longer. And then just before the choice, I put if footnotes is true, and then go sub, which tells it to go to the subroutine in another scene. If you didn't have this scene here, it would be looking for subroutines within this scene right here. Whereas if you put go sub underscore scene, it looks for the scene subroutines, which is this one here. And then this tells it which label to go to in the subroutine scene. So since this is the subroutine scene, it comes here and then it plays this, and then it looks through all of this code. It goes, if this true, it's not true, okay, we're gonna go to this one. If this is true, it's not true, okay, we're gonna go to this one. And it just keeps going until it finds the one it's looking for, which in this case is Momo. And then it plays this. It goes, Momo footnote, it's true, okay, has it been seen? No, it hasn't been seen, so we're gonna mark it false, so this doesn't play again. We're gonna mark it seen so that it doesn't play again. We're gonna display this, and then we're gonna go to this one. And is this true? No, all of these aren't true. Okay, we're gonna come down here all the way to the bottom, and we're gonna go to return. And then we're going to return to right where we left off, right here. So I'm gonna show you how it looks in the game. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come up here to this label, and we're gonna go chapter 1. Oh, and capitalization matters, so if you capitalize something, remember to capitalize it when testing. Intro, chapter 1, there we go. And then it's gonna play through here, doesn't matter which one of these we pick, I just happen to like the kitchen sometimes. And it scrolls through down here, and there we go, it displays right here. Now, interestingly enough, if you come over here to the startup and you turn off footnotes, so if you set footnotes to false, and we're gonna set that to false too. if we do that and we come back over here to reload it, chapter 1, then chapter _1. We come back here, same exact selections we did last time, it's not here. And so what that does is it gives the player the option to have those footnotes there and the translation and the experience of being able to basically figure out what's going on, whereas they may not have had that option. I sincerely hope you guys can hear me, but I can't tell if the lip flaps are working on this model right now. So basically, we're going to go ahead and since the text bubbles are a lot of work, I'm gonna remove them because I just straight up, I don't want to do all of the visual design that I have to do for those. So we're gonna come in here and we're gonna go to the what's an easy way to do this? Well, first things first, we can disable it from working simply by removing the creates in here. So we're gonna just copy all of that, delete. And notice there's a huge section of red down here now. That's because Visual Code Studio is trying to tell us that the variable doesn't exist. It's not defined. And if it's not defined, it's not going to function, which is fine. We don't need it to function because we're getting rid of it. So we're gonna just delete all of that. And we're gonna leave footnotes because the footnote system is working. So we've got that taken care of in the startup file. So now we're gonna come over here to the intro 1, and we're going to adjust this right here. So therefore some of the dialogue in the game, either then attempting to understand via context clues or to have these words translated via footnotes. The text bubbles, we're not going to worry about text bubbles. The footnotes will appear below like this. And then we're going to do an extra double line break here to make it clear that there's a delineation, then have the footnote there. And then we're going to just remove the text bubbles choice. And then we're going to remove, oh wait, shoot. Control Z is your friend in this situation. Okay, so I don't want to see footnotes. Great. Set footnotes false. Great, you will not see any footnotes. Please pay careful attention to context clues and feel free to check the glossary on the stats page to help in case you need translation. Also, please keep in mind, blah, 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 blah. This is basically here to let people know that there is still a glossary if they get confused. I set up the glossary way long time ago on the stats page. It's literally just a bunch of the words. That's all it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and this is the one we wanted to delete wholesale. So we're gonna delete that, delete. And we need these to match up because this is this choice here. So set footnotes false, set footnotes true, and then footnotes, please enjoy the game, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so, and then if there has been an error, please report this. So that fixes that situation, but there's still a lot of, what the? Is going on? Okay. Anyway, so there's still a lot of extraneous code throughout the game. that basically requires, or rather displays, I don't think anything in this is gonna show it. Yeah, no, so we're gonna pop this on over here. Okay, so if footnote's true, set that true. And then we're gonna go ahead and get rid of anything that says if text bubbles. So I'm just gonna copy that and I'm gonna come up here into the search bar and I'm gonna paste it, and then it'll highlight every single one of those. See, highlights it in yellow. So now I can go and I can delete all of that extraneous code. And then the next one, I can go and I can delete all of that extraneous code. Yay, isn't that lovely? Doesn't that feel nice to get rid of all of that grossness? The stuff that doesn't need to exist. Okay. Okay, oh, okay, so here we do need a line. So one of the things that is weird with Choicescript is that you can put in just a blank line like this, and it should break between the two paragraphs. It should. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. Sometimes it just doesn't. So we're gonna have to figure out what that's about. But anyway, so if footnotes, blah, blah, blah. But this is extraneous. So we're gonna go ahead and take this off. And we are going to take this and we are going to cut it and we're going to put it up here under this. And then we are going to clean this up a little bit because we only need one line break there. And then notice we don't have the go sub here. It's because if we put it here, it appears in the middle of the page and it's really gross looking. So we're not going to put it there. We're going to put it at the beginning of the next choice. So we're going to come back over here and we're going to, if go sub, if footnotes, set fuchin, okay. And then it page breaks. Actually, now that I think about it, why is that page break there? Because if you select this, it should take you right into here. I don't think we need that page break. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete it. Then no, because if you select this choice, it'll take you right in here. You'll read this, and then it'll bring you here. Oh, I think I had that page break for fuck, what's it called? Shit. I think I had it for, what is it called? Dramatic reasons. That's the word I was looking for. Dramatic reasons. Okay. Okay. So I do want that page break there, but in that case, I think I'm gonna take this, put it here, and put it here. No. Okay, so another interesting thing, if you highlight, what is happening? Okay, we're gonna put the camera over here. There we go. Okay. We're gonna put, when you highlight like this, you're going to hold down shift and then press tab, and it takes it back. And then that should fix it. But because it's not part of those, we've got to do it more than once. So, chill. There we go. Then we're gonna come down here and we're gonna go page break. And it's gonna look so much better. Trust me, trust me. So we're not gonna page break there because we've already got the page break in here. I'm gonna show you it looks better. We're gonna come up here. We're gonna go intro 2. Then intro 2. Doesn't matter what name we select. All of this works. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna select this one. Okay, and it should, why didn't it display there? Oh, because it takes you to talent 1 here, because it bypasses it entirely, that's why. Okay, so we're going to X that. We're going to, there we go. We're going to save, and then we're gonna try this again. Notice there is a lot of this adjustment like this. Intro 2, again, and there are key strokes that you can use to select these instead. I don't know. Know that there's good in you that they just can't be out of you. Oh, right. I remember now why. We gotta come in here and we've gotta set the footnotes for the alpha testing to true. Otherwise it won't do it. It will say that you are crazy and not do it. So we come back over here. First off, let's get back to intro 2 over here. And we're gonna come back over here. We're gonna go intro 2. Intro 2. Then intro 2. None of this matters. None of this matters. See, there it is. There it is. Okay. So there's the Fuchin one, and then if we collect this one, where these will be, and then we select next, and see, it's just so much nicer. It's so much nicer than that weird picture that you see, like if we were to select this one instead. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna keep getting rid of these weird things. We're gonna go through. We're just gonna get rid of these. Okay, and there. Okay, so here's another thing to keep in mind. When you're making these games, you have to be aware of how it's gonna look on a screen. How it looks over here is pretty much how it's gonna look on a phone or on a computer screen or however it's gonna look. So I'm gonna show you how this wall of text over here on the other side looks on this screen. Or not, because what? Oh, non-existent text bubbles. Okay, so for some reason it doesn't like that exists, I guess. What? Okay, this doesn't need. Oh God, no. This doesn't have any. We're gonna. Okay, I think we gotta remove all of them. So remind me to come back and show you this. Talent 2, remember that. We're gonna come through and find all of these text bubbles and get rid of them because otherwise it's gonna keep yelling at us. So we're gonna do that real quick. Delete. Okay. Bubble. Delete. Oh. Set noticeability twice here for some reason. We're gonna go. Going through and deleting all of the bubble code that I spent. Oh God, it was like at least an hour. What the? What the heck? There, please stop doing weird shit. I just want you to stop doing weird shit for 5 seconds. There's a not to experience any gory scenes. Gonna that be there. We're gonna come back. there's any more. We're looking for that orange highlight, remember? Because text bubbles. No. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 1. So we're gonna close this and this. And we're gonna reload this. We're gonna come back. It was talent 2, I think, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it was talent 2. So we're gonna come up here, chapter 2, talent 2. This is what this looks like. That's what they're gonna have to scroll through on one phone, and that's a lot for some people. I mean, some people have disabilities and such, which can be really devastating when it comes to reading this kind of stuff. So do us all a favor. Don't have paragraphs too much bigger than this, please. For those of us with like ADHD and stuff who can't read that much. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna leave this as it is because I do like having 4 in one area. Plus, I can't really break this up very well because this is an explanation of an in-story thing. So we're gonna leave that be, and we're gonna come back over here. This one's all cleaned out for that code, so we're gonna save it. Save it. Save it. Thank you. We're gonna come over here to chapter 1, and we're gonna start looking through here to find these if text bubbles and get rid of them. Plus, this gives you a nice little like look through what I've done so far. Go. That way you can kind of get a glimpse of what the code of a game looks like. A lot of people have this weird aversion to showing what the code of their game looks like and sharing it. I don't really understand that. Here's the thing. Yeah, if you make something super special, you should have free reign to it for a while. But there's a reason common grounds, whatever. There's a reason that copyright law doesn't give you forever holds on things. Like, we should be willing to share the things that we have made and how we made them with other people. Like, so friggin' what if their version of it gets more attention than yours? So what? It doesn't matter. What matters is there's gonna be cool games being made, and there's gonna be cool people who can talk to you about your same like stories and things and the things that you love and all of that. I don't know, maybe I think things should be shared unless there is a very specific reason that things should not be shared. Like, medicine obviously should not be shared, but the knowledge of how to make medicine should absolutely be shared for free. Like, we should be able to learn for free how to make our own medicine. There is no reason why it should be behind closed doors. There's the only reason that exists is capitalism. Capitalism is evil. So I'm gonna anyway, that was my little weird rant. Okay, so here's a little weird one. So I was telling you guys to put the Go subs right before choices, but you can also put them right before page breaks, because page breaks look like this button right here for all intents and purposes, just without these guys right here. So it would look just like this without this here and then this, and it would look just fine. So, keep looking. Oop. Keep looking. Oh, we can get rid of that because we're not going to have any text bubbles. So, yeah. We're just gonna. There we go. Trying to think of what else I can talk to you about while I'm doing this incredibly time-consuming. Oh, here's another example of what I was talking about. Notice I have 4 paragraphs here, page break, 4 more paragraphs, page break, 2 paragraphs, and a bunch of other paragraphs. Do not put like 8 or 10 paragraphs in the same page. Just don't. It's rude. It's rude. Not doing bubbles. We can remove that comment and pop this up and do footnotes around a page break. Footnotes. I'm pretty sure this is about where I stopped doing the bubbles and was focused on the page breaks because, well, they're friggin' the best. Okay, and I am leaving a line here because when you look at my subroutines over here, once the subroutine runs, it's gonna do line break, line break, line break, and then the footnotes. So when I come over here, I can leave this because there's gonna be, or actually I shouldn't do that because there's gonna be 2 line breaks here and then the footnote. And the key to making sure everything looks right is to make these little rules for yourself, like go subs go above page breaks. The if footnotes true buttons go up here at the beginning, so on and so forth. And then that way it immediately comes to your head when you're doing choices. Oh, do I need to put the footnotes go sub here? Do I need to blah blah blah? And you'll find out if you do. I'm pretty sure there's no more orange one throughout. There is one here. Okay. No results at all? None? Okay. So now we're going to remove the if and see, nope, no comments about text bubbles either. Okay. So now we've got that situated. That at that point, that tells me everything I need to know. So, we're about 45 minutes into this, and you haven't seen me write any actual code. So what we're gonna do real quick is we are going to come down here to chapter 1, and I am where is it? Oh wait, I know. What am I doing? Okay, so here's a tidbit for yourself. Make yourself to-do notes. So notice how in in Visual Code Studio, the to-dos right here show up as red. That way you can spot them in the code, but if you search to-do, it takes you to where your to-dos are. So narrative work starts here, except it doesn't because I've already done a lot of this. So we're gonna go ahead and move this down to where it actually starts, which is down here. We're gonna pop that right there. Okay, so Hyun, the little maid, okay, so these choices right here are meant to affect the virtue stats that I have set up. which the virtue stats are here in the choice script. It's these guys right here: bravery, cowardice, scheming, genuine, bloodthirst, honor, chaste, and hedonistic. What that means is that these choices over here in chapter 1, whichever like person you choose in this particular choice, the maid, the street kid, the Sue child, or the D child, determine a little bit about your character when you play. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to arbitrarily decide the personalities of each of these characters. So we're going to start with a comment. Hyun is let's go with ambitious and greedy. We're gonna go Tong is arrogant, and oh wait, no, we're not gonna go with arrogant for him, because that's gonna be this kid who thought he was better than you your whole life. So Hui is arrogant. Okay, and it's gonna tell you that these can't like work here because this is here. Ignore it. Ignore it. It doesn't matter because the game will ignore this. So, and it's only there temporarily anyway. In fact, we can even like move it. We can move it down here and put a little star in front of it. And it's not going to do shit. It doesn't exist. Okay, so we're gonna do Tong the street kid is philosophical and kind, I guess. I don't know. Arrogant and I wish I could stick my tongue out. What am I gonna make her? And them. Yeah, that's a them actually. Okay, so we'll move on from that right now because I want to show you guys other stuff too. What the heck? Okay, comment. How about Bo is gentle and curious. Okay. Arrogant and stubborn? Yeah, that'll work, I guess. Alright, so this gives us a working point, basically, to try and figure out which of these guys are going to be affected by that. So we're going to pull this guy over here real quick. What just happened? There we go. And then we're going to come back to chapter 1. And we're going to decide that since Hyun is ambitious and greedy, oh wait, hold on. The two of you have been similar age and drawing you out into the garden, so the two of you could play small games together. Okay, so she's ambitious and greedy, so the types of games that she would play would be very role play heavy, I'd say. So I'm thinking it's gonna lean into maybe scheming but bravery at the same time. So we're gonna go and taught role play, what's the term, scripting, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have this set bravery plus percent low. Or maybe it's percent plus low. I can never remember. Yeah, that's the one. And then we're gonna have this one set scheming percent plus low. And then we're gonna come down here, and since Tong was philosophical and kind, we're gonna have that rub off on the main character too. So we're going to have him, we're gonna have him also set bravery. Percent plus low. And if you're not using the low, medium, high coding that I am, you can just put it as a number and let Fairmath take care of it. Although I've heard some things from the forums that say that the Fairmath isn't always the best when it comes to stats and stuff. So that may be something that you need to actually like play with yourself. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna also set, in this case, honor as high. Now you're gonna ask, especially if you're new to this, why am I setting bloodthirst as low and minusing from bloodthirst instead of just setting bravery? Well, that's because when you've got opposed stats like this, the cowardice doesn't actually exist according to the game. This is just a label. This is the actual variable that it is changing. So what you do is, like I say here, to add to bravery, you use plus bravery. To add to cowardice, you use minus bravery. And I have that little note for myself because, quite honestly, I'm a ditz and sometimes I forget these things. So... okay, so that's that one. And Hui is vicious. Like, Sung Hui is a shoe child too, which basically means they're like one step above illegitimate. And so they know their entire future is in their own hands. So we're gonna have her teach scheming as well. So we're gonna set scheming percent plus low, but we're also going to have her teach, or them teach, hedonistic, because they like things, they like people, they like owning things. So we're gonna go chaste percent minus low, and we're going to mention teaches scheming and and up here we're gonna do teaches bravery and honor. And then down here, since he's gentle and curious, we're gonna have him teach a little bit of cowardice and a little bit of chasteness. And I'll show you why in the narrative here in a minute. And we're gonna go set bravery minus percent minus low, and set chaste percent plus low to make chaste grow bigger. Yeah. Okay. So basically, at this point, we have set the parameters for what this is going to do to their stats. And so now at this point, this is just narrative. So now at this point, we just write the narrative. So we're gonna pop this out of here, put it up here, and we're gonna, there we go. Move that. We're gonna save, and then narrative works. Nothing is allowed between group sub options. I don't know what any of that is now. But we're gonna pop that out and pop it back down. See if that helps fix it a little bit. It does not, but whatever. Okay. What? Oh. That's why. Okay, there we go. That fixed it. Okay. So as you can see, all of these choices and everything work, and it doesn't look like we have any of the footnotes that need to be put in here. So actually, let me We've already had the, yeah, so footnotes here. We're gonna, because it now. And then we've already had that, and so that would cover that if they hadn't seen it already. It would also cover that if they hadn't seen it already. I'm gonna remove this here. And ID child. We're also gonna put the yin yang here in case they hadn't seen it. That way, if they haven't seen it, it'll trigger. If they have seen it, it won't trigger. And that's because of the way we set it up over here. So see, if it's seen, this sets it to true, which tells the system that it has been seen. But there's nowhere in the game, no code that sets the footnote seen to false. So at any point in time in the game, if they've already seen this footnote, it's not gonna, it won't show up again, even if this one, the just underscore footnote, is marked to true again. So it doesn't matter. It's just a little thing that I made. So at this point, we can go ahead and write the narrative in here, which will be Boone often dragged you to the gardens where the two of you would act out great dramas, teaming against one another, enemies, and providing daring, reckless rescues for one another. It was the only time you allowed childish play and often stolen moments, all the sweeter for a human's laughter. There we go. And then, because this is a fake choice, we don't actually technically have to put a go-to at the end of here. If it was a choice, we would have to put a go-to here and then send it somewhere. Go-tos are really good for like branching choices that take you to other like branches in the narrative. But if it's just for like the stats and stuff, you don't need choice. So yeah. All right. And here we go. Atong would let you come along on his rambling. He's through the underbrush and alleys of the city, if only because you brought him small bits of food when he did. He taught you lessons about how to stand up to people 3 times your size by sharing the stories of his bruises and triumphs. He always wanted to be a soldier, not because soldiers were fed, but because they saved people. And he wanted to be someone who was strong enough to save others. Go. Okay. We've got we're at the hour mark now. I don't feel like I've shown you guys a lot. Let's do this. Let me show you how I outline things. and after that we'll go. So you'll see all of these comments, these purple comments, and how they're filled out. I do this, for outlines, I write out the base outline in Evernote, and then I bring it in here and label each section, and then I make a comment about what happens in that section, and then decide like what kind of, for example, what kind of choices they're going to have, what options they're going to be able to go with, and I'll note that there. And then if any of the options spread to different branches, at that point I will come in here and I'll be like, okay, this label is because of this choice, and this label is because of this choice, and so on and so forth. And then I usually put the little go-to that will put them to that thing in there. And as you can see, I have quite a bit written out already, about 52,876 words, supposedly. But I still have way more. Like, look at this. This is where the end of the chapter will be. And then I've got all of that purple right there to go through. And each of these is going to have their own checks and their own branches and so on and so forth. And right now these are going to end game, because if a player in my beta accidentally goes to that scene somehow, I don't want them just getting a game-breaking ending. I want them to actually be able to like go to the end of the game. Here, let me show you what the end of the game looks like set up. We're gonna go ending, end game. Here we go. And this is set up over, hold on, where is it? Over here in my ending thing, and I have all these comments and stuff. And then I have the links, which look like this. And then the ending automatically pulls up the play again. And then I plan on keeping all of my endings in this little thing and just labeling them. But basically this is trying to show exactly how this all works. So we are at the hour mark. I am going to go ahead and end it here. I thank you all for joining me. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I might be able to get around to doing specific videos for specific questions. But please keep in mind, I have a full-time job and I stream with my husband as well. So God only knows if I actually can do that. But thank you very much for being part of this journey, and I hope to see you guys all soon. All right. Bye.